What is going on, everyone? Choco the Chocobo here, and welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory 3. So we got ourselves quite a bit of things to do for today, and we're going to start trying to move along fairly briskly. Now, for those of you who are just like, what's going on? We have now the power of flight, and because of the power of flight, we do not have the restrictive aspects of Sky Factory to really worry about anymore. We can start really sinking our teeth into doing things. I move a lot faster. A lot of that random time that we spent kind of getting from point A to point B is now going to be significantly easier to deal with. We also opened up ourselves to a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this, so I do have to kind of wait and see. I am kind of curious to see about maybe I'm going to revisit mystical agriculture relatively soonish, and the only reason why I mentioned that is because, number one, we are going to run into the problem at some point. We will run into this issue of I am not going, this armor is not going to last me forever. It will eventually break. It's not going to break anytime soon, right? We have quite a bit of durability. I already got it damaged because I got some cave spiders on me for not a whole lot of reason, but that will eventually break. There are these charms and stuff like that. Let me see here. So we could get anti-venom. Well, let's go in order. So strength, absorption, wither resistance, anti-venom, fire resistance, resistance just straight up. And so there's a number of different things here. And the different pieces of armor, I think, also have a couple of different offerings, if not mistaken. Like the legs I saw had, speed in the charm slot. So there's quite a few different things for us to look into. I don't know exactly what we'll end up doing. I'm also kind of curious to know if the Supremium rod thing will be worthwhile, but regardless, that's all later on. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But just as a heads up, that that may be in our future-ish. Just because I know some people sometimes are like very curious about, hey, exactly what is the game plan here. But anywho, today is all about trying to get our first steps towards making our mechanized area. So if we're going to divide the world, if we're going to divide our Sky Factory world into different parts, this is going to be kind of the farming world, right? This is going to be things like your crops, your chickens, your eventually cows whenever I feel the desire to get into that, because that's going to take a while. The mob farm, which I'm not too happy with this mob farm. It really bothers me that the spiders just kind of ignore you and do whatever they want. So I'm thinking that I'm going to probably do that. I actually gave it some thought. There's actually, I think, a relatively simple solution for the spiders, but it's going to require a bigger footprint. So I'm going to probably mess around with that. I'm also going to probably change up the way this whole farm area looks, because I'm not too happy with the way it currently is. So that's going to be in the future, but not now. First thing that we do want to kind of, quote unquote, rush in the tech era is we're going to want to get the refined storage up very, very soon. I want that bad boy pretty quickly. For those of you who don't know what refined storage is, that's kind of like applied energistics too, and by kind of, I mean it's almost a carbon copy. Now there are a couple differences. Like I think it's easier. There are some things that are missing as far as I know, so I don't think there is. I could be mistaken here, but I don't believe that they have the extra cells storage stuff. Let me just see here. Let me just make sure that I'm not just talking out my butt. So K storage, I believe, is what I'm gonna have to type in. And then you can see here we have up to the, looks like 512 for fluid, but I think only 64K for the solids. So we're looking at 64K. It's not a whole lot. It's definitely not as much as we would have hoped for. I have no idea what the storage block does. I assume it's more or less like this, just in block form. But we do need to get all this stuff done. But here's the real kicker. These things, you'll see here, they require these processors. These processors require us to have printed silicon or whatever else, but you'll notice there is no, whatchamacallit, there are no weird things that we need to like find from meteors or anything like that. We don't have to do anything crazy. We don't have to wait for any more of those the purple crystals. I forgot what they're called because I just haven't had to worry about them in a while. But you have to like throw quartz. I forget what it was called, but you had to flux crystals, something like that. But you threw them in and then you got purple stuff. That stuff all gone. At least I haven't found them again. and I don't see where they would fit. So I'm assuming that they're just straight up gone. I can't confirm that for 100%, but I feel relatively safe. I'm gonna regret saying that. It never ends well whenever I start thinking that we know what we're doing, because we always have to assume that there's gonna be some derpage. I will say right now, we are definitely going to run into me doing some derpy things, but we are going to try to get this done today. We're going to get at least some of that set up, but it would not really be in good taste, in my opinion, to, of course, do this and not try to make it look at least somewhat, like, you know, agreeable, right? Like, it doesn't have to be the world's prettiest structure, but we should try to make it look at least, you know, somewhat decent. So we're going to go ahead, focus on that, and again, flight is glorious. Oh my goodness, it is. Let me tell you guys. It is something special. All right, so we have ourselves regular old stone brick, and I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with regular stone brick being a mainstay of how we travel around in the tech area. I don't see anything wrong with it. So we're going to go ahead, do 15 out from any which way. So we're looking for that number to get down to 1. I don't need to do this anymore because I can just do this. And all right, 15 that way. I am going to want to turn on the spooky indicators because spooky indicators are our friends. And in a very similar way, I'm going to want... I think I'm going to also start doing this more often. I used to do this a fair bit. It's a little bit more prep work, right? Like, it's not like, oh yeah, it's you know, perfect and it's going to work super easily all the time. But I think for our purposes, setting aside the number of blocks you want to use, you're guaranteed not to have to count. And there's no math involved, really. Like, I mean, if you want to have a very deep philosophical conversation about whether or not you are doing math at all times of the day, we can have that talk one day. But for those of you who prefer to stay sane and not lose your minds, we can certainly do that. So, but right now, you do not have to do complex math. How about we say that? We don't have to do anything that's gonna require your noggin to go into overtime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. So we are looking for, so I guess it's just literally like you just do that and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I just have to find where that last little bit is, and then that's going to be fine. So, all right, cool. We have ourselves different pathways. Now, this particular part of the base we're going to try to build this with good infrastructure right from the get-go. So that's going to be a little bit different than the way we did the stuff over there, because that was, we weren't really overly concerned. We were kind of like interested. We were hoping that it would look good, but we weren't like super worried about, hey, you know, we want to make sure that this looks a certain way or whatever else. So I'm not too terribly worried about it all. But let me go ahead. We're gonna fill this bad boy in. Yep. All right, perfect. So we're gonna fill this bad boy in with these stone bricks. Now these guys look clean. I love the way these things look. So we're gonna go ahead and be using a lot of that. So for those of you who do not like this block, I am so very sorry. But we're doing it. we're doing it. There's not really much else to say. I'm just sorry that you don't agree with the block, but the block doesn't agree with you. So it's kind of fair, you know. In some ways, it's kind of fair. All right, so let me see here. We are most certainly going to be needing a fair bit more of these chiseled up. So that is not at all sunken. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it? Wait, what do you look like? Ooh! And it just adds like a little border to it? Oh, heck yes! Sign me up. I want it. Alright, never mind, forget that. I thought Big Tile was, you know, gonna be the actual bay, but you know what? I think we found a new bay. It's gone forever, isn't it? Nope, never mind, got it all. Alright, so let's go ahead, change this to sunken, because that actually looked pretty dope. Been finding it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so sunken. Let's go ahead, get these bad boys onto here. Alright, and then we're just gonna go ahead and set this all up. Alright, cool. So we now have ourselves like a relatively, you know, nice walkway or whatever. And we are going to need for ourselves some temporary lighting solution. So I'm just going to go ahead, put them one on there, and then just kind of do that. So we're just going to light this up. Now, game plan from here is kind of the real question. I do think the refined storage should be on the straightaway. I don't think that the alternative things that we're going to be doing, production lines, that kind of stuff, we will have to add them at some point. I'm not going to worry about them right now. But I feel like the left side, we're going to eventually put the auto compressors, auto hammers, all that stuff. We're going to start migrating them over. And I do want to do that, but not yet. We're not quite there yet. So we're not going to be worrying about that just now. I would actually love to get some more cobblestone going here. I'm actually really missing the Zavisio furnace right now. It's just handy. I never realized how much we kind of relied on that for quickly processing stuff, but it really is nice. All right, but anyways, we won't worry about that. Let's start building it here. We can always relocate it and reposition it, but we have the base of what it will look like. So let me go ahead. And let's just do maybe something like this. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And do I have what else can you do? What can you do, stone brick? Whoop, that's not at all what I meant to do, but hey, who knows? Maybe it's going to look pretty good. Yeah, sure, why not? All right. We have now a general backbone. I actually am going to need some cobblestone as placeholders for the time being. So I'm going to need some more of you. Thankfully, this cobblestone gen has been working out pretty good. We could probably use a little bit more in the future, but it's working out okay. All right, So I'm assuming the very first thing that I'm going to be wanting to make is the thing that actually holds all the discs, because the discs themselves need a place to live. So disc manipulator. Okay, kind of a weird thing to phrase it as, but all right, sure. So I'm going to need a machine casing. That's going to require a whole lot of quartz-enriched iron, which is just iron and some quartz. Thankfully for us, we have a generous amount of both. So let me just, hey there, what's going on, guys? Can I just have all of your iron? Thank you. Even gave me some bone meal, which I'm going to totally put to good use. And let's see here, quartz chickens. Hey, what's going on, friends? Hey, what have you been doing? What have you been up to, huh? And oh, look at that, even more iron. Awesome, wonder, that's aluminum. But okay, very, very cool. Thank you very much, guys. You've been awesome. And I'm just gonna go ahead and swoop over here and grab a little more iron. And yeah, yep, pretty good. All right. So that is now all sorted and done. Quartz enriched iron. I just want to make a buttload of you. I don't even care. Just as much as you can possibly make is what I want. Quartz enriched iron. Just more, and more. Can I make any more? Oh, you better believe I can make more. And we also have some iron iron ingots left over, so that should be a-okay. All right, so we definitely have enough quartz-enriched iron for these side ones, and we should also have enough for these. I am assuming I'm going to have to make more of these, but I'm not going to overcreate them because it's not practical. Also, I just realized we don't have the space for this. I am sorry, Nickel, but I am not going to have you back, so no nickel back for that. And let's see here. Storage housing. We're going to need some redstone. We're going to need some glass. All right, that's fair. And we're also going to be... Okay, hold on. You ready for this? You ready for this? Boom, 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 and boom. That's all I'm required to do, but yet just can't bring myself to do it sometimes. All right, zub, redstone, because I'm definitely gonna need quite a bit of that. We are also gonna need some glass to be cooked up, but I don't need to cook it up because I already have some glass. So all in all, very good. Disc thingy, yes. Storage housing, yes. All right, so these I'm definitely gonna need more of, but we're again just gonna make what we need. Disc manipulator, friend. Okay, disc manipulator, and now we just need the destruction core, which is gonna require a basic processor, which is gonna require some printed silicon, a basic processor. So I'm gonna need to take some silicon, cook that bad boy up, and this is apparently gonna be okay. So I need 2 basic processors. That's okay. Printed silicon, straightforward. Iron ingots. Apparently, you just smelt that up, and then it turns into whatever it needs to be. So perfect. Let me go ahead and just smelt up 2 of those bad boys. And I am also going to need to fetch some silicon, which I think, whoop, that's not what I want to do. I think we have some in here. And the reason why I'm not super happy about this storage is because it doesn't order it. It's not very easy to navigate. Oh, thank you. We have TJ Knight, 1990, 13-month resub. Hey there, Choco. I hope you got to hear the song of All Hype that I left you in there. Side note, bars. But in all seriousness, keep up the amazing work, my friend. Here's to another 13. Hey, thanks, friend. Yeah, we'll probably listen to, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out for sure. Send it to me again in case I did miss it. I think I listened to it a while ago. If you're talking about something from a while ago, I do remember hearing that. But what was I doing? Silicon. That's what I'm doing. Silicon. And there is some silicon right there. Admittedly, I'm not rocking a whole lot of this silicon, but we'll take out 4. Wait, hold on. Perhaps I should be asking that question because I am going to need more silicon. I just have to refine. Okay, I just have to smelt down some quartz. That's easy. That's not at all difficult. Actually, that's steel. Yeah, we do have glass chickens. We're gonna have to expand this out at some point. I'm not sure. I'll probably do that with stream one day, but we do need to do that at some point. We just need to. Well, we don't need to, but we probably should, is what I should be saying. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to take these 2 printed processors out. I'm going to take these 2, put them in. And I believe we're actually all good in that front. Truth be told, actually, I'm going to drop off some more stuff here. Okay, perfect. This is a good chest. So I'm going to drop off all these other randy dandy things that we don't really need at the moment. We're just going to keep whatever we need for the immediate future on us. I think we'll be fine. All right, so we have 2 printed silicon. I'm also going to need some glowstone. We do have a glowstone chicken. I'm assuming I'm going to have some glowstone in here. I am not positive about that. Boys, I am killing it. I'm just saying, we are doing some big things here. All right, and basic processor. We do have the printed silicon. Wait, do we have everything we need for it? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we need a solderer. Okay, so I need to make one of these. 2 sticky pistons and a whole bunch of quartz refined whatever nonsense. All right, so I'm gonna need wood. I do need to go get some of cobble. Easy peasy. We actually already had cobble, so I don't know why I did that. And I think we have some planks in here. We gotta have some. I have 2. Great, Choco. Great. That's gonna help all sorts of things now. All right, and glowstone. Hey, just need to make 1 withdrawal. Thank you, friends. I don't know why I thought I needed it from you, because I totally don't, actually. I just realized I don't have a wood chicken here. I have the lumber chickens here, but I don't have like a proper wood farming one, which I did not realize. All right, let's throw these away. I know those are like relatively useful goods, but you know, we're crazy. We do whatever we want. That is not. I apologize profusely for the level of idiocy that you guys have to suffer through whenever I have to try to figure out anything. I know it's tough. I know some of you guys are actually like, it takes quite a bit for you to be patient enough to be like, we're trying real hard not to freak out, Choco. We're trying real darn hard. Some people actually think that I'm not like legitimate, that I'm not being like, oh yeah, I find this actually difficult. They're just like, he's just being silly. He totally knows what he's doing. I'm just like, think I know I'm doing, man. Magma cream water bucket. That sounds relatively easy. Wait, can you use a... You want us to use a magma cream, which we could only make using slime. Okay. Just all right. Let's see here. Oh, come on. All right, hold on. We need to make slime some way. Oh yeah, we do have stacks of wood in the chest. You are correct. But that's okay, because we just collected for the chicken and it has to repopulate anyways. It's fine. Rice slime ball, I guess? guess that would be the right way to do this. So rice dough, which is going to require rice, which you get how? It would be really nice if they actually properly told you how to get rice. I'm assuming that you have to farm rice. Hold on. Rice. There are rice seeds, which you get from rice. This is like a vicious, horrible cycle of death. Do I have any rice seeds? Pumpkin, corn, industrial hemp. I don't think I have any. This is a really, really weird thing to be hung up on. Oh! Well, this is a really weird part to get stuck up on. We could make a slime chicken, that's true. We could do that. But that's gonna take a while, and I kind of rather avoid having to do that. We've gotta have had... Really? I just straight up have never encountered one. What a weird... Of all the things to get hung up... Okay, whatever. We're just going to breed the chicken. I don't care. I don't want to have to worry about slimes and farming them forever, so I would like to just get them. Alright, so that is going to be a clay and a cactus green chicken. I don't even think I have a clay chicken, so we're going to have some problems here. Clay is going to be snowball and sand bred together. And I'm going to... I am definitely going to need some seeds. Man, are you kidding me? Of all the things, why did that have to be the king? Okay, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead, take this, and we are just going to jettison 6 glowstone. Oh, actually, we should probably get rid of the cobblestone. That's what we should get rid of. All right. And then we just need some seeds. Wow, that was crazy. All right, and I'm collecting the wheat, but not the seeds. Excellent. We'll collect the seeds after we're done. Once I run out of the manure, and then we'll just be all... We should be all good. We should be fine. All right, so seeds, glorious things, and whatever else. Pick all the rest of these nerds up as well. And awesome. All right, cool. So now we have the things that we need to breed the suckers. I am going to also need the net. You know what? Let's take some of this quartz enriched iron. I don't think I need all of that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that in there. Okay. I'm gonna need... Do I have no sound on? Oh! I was wondering. What is it? I just realized I have no sound. Well, today's gonna be soundless. Actually, you guys are probably happy that there's no sound. Sound can get kind of irritating. You know what? Okay, this episode's brought to you by silence. Silence, the golden thing. Alright, so I guess we could just... Actually, no, hold on. Maybe we should just get the rice. What do I just need compressed dirt or regular dirt? Oh, okay, that's actually not too bad. And I've never found one ever? Really? Oh, we need a flint mesh. That's probably why I never found one. Flint mesh. Okay. You know what? No. Let's I'm not gonna do that because that's gonna take forever. Honestly, we'll do that. We will do that at a later point. I do need to do that, but we're not gonna do that right now. In the interest of not losing our sanity, we are going to avoid doing that for a while. All right, I'm just gonna do that. Reorder that stuff, and then we are going to make ourselves a flint mesh. Flint mesh. Flint mesh. Alright, flint mesh has been acquired, and I'm going to need a sieve because I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Lord knows if I have the things I need for it. Do I? I don't suppose I saved one, did I? I know I threw like a 9 million of them out, but I don't know if I saved one. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, whatever. Okay, so we are going to need... I'm assuming we're just going to need that and a couple of those things right there. And we're going to look up the word save. And... Oh my god, chair, behave. All right, sieve. Oh, I'm also gonna need one of these nerds, so booyakasha. Yeah, booyakasha. And wheat we'll just toss on the ground for the time being. I'm gonna need one more thing. All right, bang, done. And sieve, very, very cool. And then we are going to put that down right there. Awesome, jawsome. I just tried to sieve through that, which is probably not my best moment. And we're gonna just toss this other stuff out there. This stuff doesn't need to be here. All right, so we now need dirt, and we're gonna hope that we get really lucky here, because we could easily get more dirt without too much of a problem, but would be nicer just to have it happen straight up. Be lucky. Oh my goodness, diorite pebble? Really? Andesite pebble? Grass seeds I'll hold on to. Stone pebble. Flax seeds. Alright, well, I got some wheat. Wow, this thing composts terribly. And I am using wheat to do this, and I just realized that, like... oh, old me would have had a fit just now. we don't actually have a good way to get like a whole bunch of wheat yet. We will, and we will have an abundance of it, but it's weird to think that we're approaching that point already. I feel like we're not actually here yet, but we're actually quite far along. It doesn't seem like it. It may not feel like it to you guys sometimes, but we are actually quite far along. Beetroot? We got beetroot before rice? Come on. Game. Be cool. Alright, be cool. Alright, we'll just drop these seeds into there. Oh, can't put any more. Alright, well. Dadgum. Alright. Get these two things of dirt. Alright, there's gotta be a rice seed in here. There's gotta be. Just gonna fully harvest it. Pumpkin and carrots. Like, don't I have a dirt chicken? I don't think I have a dirt chicken. Do I have a dirt chicken? Is there even such a thing as a dirt chicken? Is there a dirt chicken? I don't think there's a dirt chicken. I don't think there is such a thing. That would be cool, but I don't think there is. Although I do know one other place that we have a little bit of extra dirt. Just do the chicken. Well, that will definitely. It may not feel like it would take that much longer to you guys right now, but it will take longer. I know that that is a fact. It will take a while because we're not guaranteed to get what we want straight away, which is part of the issue. Canola seeds. Man, I think the game is making up seeds in order to prevent us from getting what we want. It's kind of getting ridiculous. Canola? Really? Of all the things to add into the game, canola was what they came up with? Maybe I can refine it down to oil and some good things will happen. I don't know. Alright. Well, we're picking up some more items. It's 12% chance that we find a rice seed while we sift through all this stuff. So statistically, we're probably right about there. We have coffee, so I can probably bait a wild Preston into here. That's about it, though. Rice seeds, booyakasha. And we're gonna just go ahead and rip that out of there. I'm just gonna drop away all the different seeds that I do not need right now. And I'm going to do this. And then I am going to get myself a bit of the bone meal from here. And we're just going to go ahead and just go nuts with this rice. Rice it up and then grab a whole bunch just like that. Awesome. And rice, of course, can get more seeds. I believe that was the case. So... wow, you can make sushi in this game? We are taking it too far. It's gone too far. Wow, Manju. Man, this is crazy. It's actually kind of nuts when you think about it. You can make rice flour too, which is kind of nice. All right, so regardless, I don't need to worry about all that stuff. I do just want rice dough. Rice dough, of course, is going to then be able to combine with water. Now, this is what I do not actually know, and I'm kind of wondering about. Can I use? Am I allowed to use a water chicken egg? Is that a thing? Can I do that? I don't know if this will work, but I'm curious enough to try it. You know. Let's throw that out. Let's throw that out. Let's throw that out. So does this work? Rice slime ball. So let's just say I put that in the middle. Oh. Okay. Okay, so it does not work, but I can get fresh water. Can I make anything else out of it? I can make a cobblestone generator. And that's it. It doesn't even show me this fresh water business. Can I do anything else with it? Can I make mochi out of it? Oh, that's really strange. Okay. You can take fresh water and turn it into more fresh water. It's great. Alright, well, whatever. I guess I have some fresh water now. It's kind of strange and random, but whatever. It is not a big deal. Alright, so let me go ahead and drop my fresh water off, because you know me, gotta save, gotta conserve that water, boys. Gotta conserve. And one bucket. And I think one bucket will do. I think this is one of those things where it like doesn't consume the bucket, hopefully. I have no idea if that's actually true, but we're gonna hope. Oh, I'm gonna need a crafting bench. And we are going to make a rice slime ball. And just like that, we got enough for our pistons. So we're just going to take that, slap these on top. Bang, sticky pistons. Wonderful. Did not consume the bucket as I had hoped, which is awesome. And rice dough. Let's go through the trouble of doing this real quick. It's not going to be too time consuming, so might as well just do this real fast. So slime ball. And this is just going to be, I'm assuming I'm going to need more slime balls at some point in the nearest future, so might as well just kind of like prepare myself for that eventuality. No reason to not. Rice, put that away. All right, cool. So now we have sticky pistons. We can go back to working on the solderer. So refined, and the solderer, I believe, is this little contraption here. And I can make one of those. I could actually make two of those if I really want to, but I'm not going to. Needs to be connected with a controller by placing it adjacent to it or by connecting it with a cable. Okay, so it just has to either be right next to it or it has to be wired up. All right, cool. When Choco rereads the instructions to you because he's trying to understand what he's doing. All right, controller. We're going to need another machine casing. We're going to need some silicon, and we are also going to need some other things here and there. A diamond being probably the one that stands out the most. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me get a diamond. We have a bunch. All right, and then one diamond. Yeah, oh Lord. All right, I am going to also, you know what? Forget this. I'm going to go quartz chickens. I hope you've made some more quartz for me. Thank you. All right, we're just going to throw that away for the moment. I'm even going to throw that away. I just want this to cook up a whole lot of silicon. And we're going to... Oh, it's making fuse quartz. I mean, not what I wanted, but probably will be useful later on. So I'll actually let that smelt, but let me just go ahead and throw it into a furnace. An actual proper furnace. So I need to make a controller. Do I have what I need? I need 3 things of silicon, so one more. I know I have some in the chest, in the big chest, but this should be enough. Can they cross communicate? Yes, they can. Awesome. All right. So we now have this all sorted out. So we're just gonna put that right there. Of course, this does not have a power system. There used to be something called the vibration, something or another. It created power for us that was for AE2. Now, RS, I'm assuming, is gonna just be like some kind of global power thing. RF was the one I'm used to. I'm not sure. How curious. All right, so we need to make, because we're still working on this, right? So I need to make basic processors, two printed silicon and 2 redstone, of course. So let me just go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that is all sorted up and done. We do need some kind of power thing. Let's look up a different kind of generator. We're at the point where we should probably be able to shop around a little bit. There's got to be something that we can put on that's going to be kind of handy. Blah, blah, blah. A furnace generator. Culinary generator. Generator block, all this other stuff. Should we make a solar panel? How hard is it to create a solar panel? Oh, that's easy. Let's make one solar panel. I mean, I can change it back to day, right? So let me make the solar panel first, and then we'll just use that for power source. I don't know if it's gonna be terrible or whatever, but hopefully it's gonna be okay. I'd imagine it'd be all right. So I'm gonna need some planks, and we're gonna also need redstone and that stuff. So let me just go ahead and make the planks now. And unless that's saying it's gonna generate 1 RF per tick, that would be pretty awful. that would actually be pretty darn bad. But here, let's see. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Solar panel 1. I am really hoping that you are a placeable thing, because otherwise we're about to be very sad pandas. And then that goes into that, which, let's see. Let's, out of curiosity, what does it take to get you to where you are like super OP? So solar panel 3 is going to require, and photovolt. Yep, I remember you. We all remember you. You're not going to bait us into doing all this stuff again. Yeah, no. No. We are not going to do that again. I will, however, just make 1 solar panel too. I think that is something that is relatively fair and will not be too terribly hard to do. Nope, just kidding. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to make 4 of these because I just realized that it's going to take way more than I thought it would. Alright, so solar panel, just 4 of them. Well, should we make it 2? I need 4 more mirrors? That doesn't sound too bad. Okay, hold on. So is that, and then if I just make some more wood, am I good? Is that all I need? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's alright. We can just make a solar panel too. It'll just make sure that we have enough power when we do these kind of projects. I think that's acceptable. So solar panel 2, piston, just kidding. You need wood and piston. All right, very cool. And then make a solar panel 2 generator. Awesome. It's already turning day, so it's working out. And I guess I'm just gonna slap you on top of there and hope that you generate RF and you send that to that. All right, cool. And that is sending the slightest bit of power right now. It is on very low efficiency. It's nighttime, so I'm guessing that it just doesn't really work very well. Okay, we have 1 basic processor. We just need to wait for 2, then we can make the different ones. I am going to need to make a new machine casing, but machine casings are super easy to make, so I'm not too concerned about that either. But we are doing pretty good. We are going to have to make the big reactors equivalent thing. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but we will have to make that as well in the distant future. And by the distant future, I mean probably relatively soon, because I would like to have infinite power running throughout the base. But first thing is first. We need to have a good storage system, because I'm getting really irritated with the current one that we have. It's actually, I'm saying that, but take that with a grain of salt too, right? I'm not super thrilled with it, but it's not really a bad solution. It's just not my favorite solution. What is the problem now? Oh, I put redstone, didn't I? Because I'm super smart. I need to put one of them as glowstone. And I actually don't have quartz on me, so we're gonna have to look up quartz. Did I just skip it? No. Oh yeah, I did. Alright, so let me go ahead, get that, and we're just gonna go ahead, slap the basic processor with the quartz together. Voila! And then I know I'm gonna need a machine casing thing. And I think that's all we need. Yep. Alright, awesome. Alright, so we have the disk manipulator. And I'm going to go ahead, slap this onto this side, just to make sure that it does have power going to it. Man, there's a lot of... Okay, I do like that they have the OR dictionary thing. It means that there's more things that can like potentially communicate between mods and stuff like that. So I do really appreciate that they've gone through the trouble of doing that. All right, so we have the disk manipulator. Let's get one storage up, and let's see what it's like. Because I've never played with this before, so I have no idea what it does. I'm assuming this is just the same old-fashioned. You need 3 of the previous, and so on and so forth. All right, that's not too bad. I say it's not too bad, but we are definitely gonna need more silicon for sure. So actually, let's take out a whole stack. So let's take out a whole stack here. And we'll just drop that on into there. Because we are going to need way more silicon than what we got. So 1K. Nope, that's not 1K. 1K storage part. We're going to require some glass. Okay, any glass will do, I think. So, yeah, let's just make a whole bunch of them. No real reason not to. Because we have everything here we can get more of. So that's not the huge issue here, because we can make all these things again. Yeah, everything is actually pretty easy to come by. I do think I want some more glass, so let's go over real quick, grab some glass from over here, because we have an infinite amount. That is not the right chicken. You guys, however, are the right ones. And now I can do this. I can jump down, just ransack them, and leave. The future is here. The future is now, thanks to science. If you know that reference, good for you. You may not want to tell other people you know that reference. Let's put the rice seeds away. Yeah, okay. And throw the oak planks away. And, okay, so we have one 1K thing. So I'm going to need 3 of the 1Ks to make this. So 3... and then 9, and then 27. So I need 27 of these nerds in order to make a 64K storage bit. And is it worth it? Is it worth going for the 64K? I think it is worth it. Yeah, okay, we'll go for it. So I definitely have the glass now. It's just the silicon that I'm going to be requiring, which unfortunately is going to take a while. Do they have like the strong furnaces? Do they have the... No. They don't have a... What is this? Powered furnace. Oh, let's actually see what this says. So 2 items at a time. Oh, so it's a marginally faster furnace. Furnace upgrade. Okay. It really, I guess the only thing that you can hope for is this. I just don't have a supremium amount of stuff, so guess we're stuck doing this the old-fashioned way. All right, so let me just make sure that we have what I think. We're also gonna need some other stuff. We're gonna need the reader, I'm assuming. Wait, no, hold on. Let's go through and read through this all. A grid, crafting grid. I'm assuming the grid is what you need in order to make the other grids. Crafting monitor, processing pattern encoder. Oh! Wait, did I make the wrong thing? I think I made the wrong thing. Hold up. Yep, I made the wrong thing. All right, so hold on. We actually need to make a disk drive. I think we made the wrong thing. Advanced processor. heck are you? Oh, I have to smelt a diamond? Really? All right. Seems kind of nutty, but all right, sure. We'll go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and just grab one. And once we do this, of course, the rest of it just kind of becomes more of a gotta be willing to stick it out and do them. But it's relatively straightforward. I'm hoping, I am praying that this thing does not have other things it can turn into. I don't think it's, I just consumed 3. Yes! Awesome! And that is all cool. All right, awesome. So we have, I'm just gonna take a handful in a moment here. I'm gonna put away this fused quartz glass. And I'm gonna take some of these advanced circuits. I do not need all this poop in my inventory. And it's so crazy how fast you move. Alrighty, and I need to go back to the solderer. I don't think I require anything else. I may need printed silicon, which is going to require me to do that actually. So hold on. Let's take this out for a moment. Let's put half of those in there. Yeah. All right. Cool. It looks like it's also working just about the same way. Awesome. All right. So silicon we can do, but doing it from quartz, not so much. I will put the rest of the diamonds in there just for now. So let's go ahead, zip on back. I think solderer will be the next part of the process here. So disk drive. All right, disk drive. We are going to require. Wait, what? Oh. Chest, advanced processor, and a machine casing. Okay, I must have screwed something up. Because that's not the recipe we were looking at before. So, printed silicon and the advanced processor on top. So, let's do that. That's going to start slapping those things together. I'm going to need to make a chest. You know what? Instead of running back and forth like an idiot, how about I just make a crafting... Whoop. How about I make a crafting chest? Chest. Crafting bench right here, and I am going to do myself a solid and make the chest ahead of time. Yes. Okay, goodbye, bucket. You have been voted off the island. And all right, disk drive is now going to require. I think it's like the chest up top. I'm assuming it's redstone in the middle. I'm just going to leave a whole bunch of redstone in there. And then an advanced processor on the bottom? No. Alright, disk drive. Where are you, friend? Disk drive. You're going to require a machine casing. Okay, and actually, the one time it wasn't redstone in the middle. Alright. Machine casing, though. Easy peasy lemon squeezies. Let's go ahead and make that bad boy up. And I'm going to put that on the bottom. And that's going to slap it together. That should be the thing we need. That should be the disk drive. What did they used to call it? I forgot what they called them. It was the big old. Oh, I forgot what they're called. Maybe it was a disk drive then too. I don't remember. But we have the thing that will hold the drives inside of it, which is what we really needed. So get the disk drives together, and there we go. All right, cool. And I'm actually gonna put this behind there. I'm going to leave this manipulator up. I'm assuming what the manipulator does, it pulls disks from a disk drive and then it kind of moves things around. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with it. I'm kind of curious to know myself. And no harm in it, really, I guess. Silicon. How are we doing, friends? We are doing pretty good, actually. And we have now a bunch of silicon. Let's do 1Ks. And I said 27 was the magical number. We are just going to be lacking in silicon, really, for a good while. Am I going to be missing anything else with the 1Ks? Nope, not really. It's just the silicon. We're just waiting on the silicon. Is there, like, any faster way of doing this? There's smelting. The alloy smelter can process it. But the only issue I have with that is that if you put too many of them in, they don't make silicon, they make something completely different. Alright, quartz chickens, how you all doing? Let me just go ahead and ransack from your little treasure trove of goodies. And throw away the poop. Alright. Alright, alloy smelter, we meet again. Let us see if you are going to be more cooperative this time. So if I just put a whole bunch in there now, okay, so like right here, it's the issue it has is the fact that I have it has another thing that I could be making, which is silly. Oh wait, can I switch the mode into furnace? Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't even think about that. Oh, okay, yes, this is better. I like this. This is good. This is very good. I like that. 10 out of 10. Would trust in the heart of the cards once again. That absolutely lit. All right. So now we have a good way to make silicon in abundance, which is great. Let's see, 1K storage. I said 27. That's gonna put us at 26. We're one short. Come on. Really? One short? Really? Alrighty, and then there we go. So that should be all of the storage units that we need for one part of it. Now we're gonna need some basic processors in the mix here, which is still gonna require silicon, and all that good stuff. So that's kind of unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. Let me think here. But we're gonna need way less of these, right? We just need to do this process 9 times, I believe. So we're gonna need 36 basic processors, which shouldn't be too terribly bad. We already have some printed silicon as well, which is helpful. But we're gonna go back, say hello to our good friend, the alloy smelter, and we are going to kind of bank on this. It's going way faster than anything else that we'd be doing, so that is okay with me. I'm gonna actually break you up. I'm gonna put you over here. It retains its power, which is crazy, but... And coal. I'm going to need some coal for our Stirling generator that is just struggle busing all the way there. Let's take all this stuff here. And we're just going to drop the manure, drop the feathers. Honestly, we should probably think about even changing the way this works, but that's fine. Coal, chicken, eggs everywhere, as far as the eye can see. Alright, coal, chicken, egg, and some more coal, chicken, eggs. Just throwing them overboard. And there we go. All right, cool. So we are going to go ahead and throw... Whoa! Ooh. A little bit of a spooky moment there. All right, so I think I said I needed 27 of these. I think I over-created. That's all right. No, I said I need 36. I need 36. Need 36. So 36, we'll keep that all in good shape. So I just need 8 more. Use the capacitor for the ME system. It'll keep it powered at night. I believe the solar generators have an internal buffer of storage for energy, and it shouldn't outstrip that, and it wouldn't help in the first place, because if it's running out of energy even then there's not much you can do about it. We'd have to give it a different source of power. So I think we're okay. I think we're fine. Yeah, you have an octadic in there. Alright, and then quartz. I'm also going to need some of you guys. I'm assuming I also need 36 of you. I'm not 100% sure about that. Nope, just kidding. I'm going to have to put you in, I guess. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So there's 23 in there. I just have to take 3 more. Throw them up there, and that's going to be the basic processors. So that in turn is going to allow us to create these things, and then we just need some redstone, which we already have, so that should be all good. I think that'll bring us up to 4K. And I have the quartz enriched iron, so that's not a problem. Alright, so let's look ahead. 16K is going to require an improved processor, and other things are more or less the same. This one is going to require us to smelt down gold. I do have a gold chicken. Alright, come here. And There we go. It's so cool that I can just dip into something and my inventory just floods with gold. That's, man, the future is now, like, for real. We need 12 of these, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess the easier way would have been just check for 52, but you know what, man? You know what? We're cooler than that. Actually, let's make all the parts of this right now. I'm going to need more printed silicon, for sure. So let's see here. Printed silicon, I'm going to need 12 of you as well. I did it again. There, that's okay. Alright, so we will have 12 from there. That should be fine. 64K is, I'm assuming, what's going to really not be a fun time. Oh. It's actually not that bad. Alright, so we just need 4. We need 4 more silicon in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that should settle that. We have a whole lot more of what we need. Or a whole lot more than what we need for that. So, all in all, great. Yeah, let's just check on the solar panel. Yeah, its capacity is 12,500. It has the capacity. It's just... Huh. Okay. Alright, so we have ourselves printed silicons. I know are going to have to go on the bottom there. And I believe the basic ones will have to go first, right? That makes logical sense. So let's put the basic ones up top. 26. Do I need 36 of these? Wait, what? Oh, it has no power, right? But I thought I needed 36. What? We need 10. We need 10. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on by just sleeping. That should bring the power back for the generator, which will be nice to have power. And then we're just gonna go ahead and zip on over. And I'm going to require 12 more of you. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we have 12 more coming. We should have the other ingredients that we need, I believe, for the rest of the way to 64K. So I think it's a pretty straightforward process. And actually, in truth, I'm surprised. This was actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be way worse to create, but it's actually... You know, it's not great. I'm not like jumping for joy being like, this was wonderfully easy. I made way too many. I need 36. I need to take 3 out of here. Right? Yeah. Alright. Might as well hold on to it. No reason not to. Alrighty, so that's going to go there. Now, once I have the 64K storage part done, right? That's not it. We have to then go and do some other stuff with it, I think. Or do we not have to? Thought we have to make it into a storage. Yeah, we have to make it into a disk. Hello, game? Alright. So we're going to need redstone, quartz, and... Oh, that's easy. Oh, that's so easy. Okay. We might as well just make this thing, though. So just have it ready to go. Alright, so storage housing. Let's just go ahead and make one of these bad boys. So, bang, done. And that's actually all we should need. That's all we should be needing here. Okay, so this is my logic here. Eventually, I think we will need to make extra solderers, just because extra solderers means that we can have each one creating whatever it is, and I can just keep them stocked. I can just keep them replenished and whatever else, and I think that'll be a lot easier. So I think eventually we will try to get more solderers, probably. I don't know how many... Like, because this is going by really slowly. I don't think I would ever want to do this in some, like, massive scale. So we'll probably want to make solderers. That's going to be coming much later, though. But for those of you who are like, man, it'd be nice if you had some more solderers. Yeah, but this is also kind of a pain in the rear to get, so... I guess I can make one more if I really wanted to. Let's do that. Let's make one more. It'll move things along a little bit. So we're just going to go ahead, put that down. We're going to work on the next part of the equation here, which is the improved processor. So I believe it's still redstone in the middle, but it's going to be these little printed improveds, and then Wait, what? Oh. I'm sitting here like, what happened? I had the printed silicon I needed. I forgot. All right. So now that's going to be working. So we're going to be able to kind of do that now. I'm also going to need to make the advanced processors, but advanced processors, I can't, I'm not going to make another solderer. No power choco. Is it a power issue? Yeah, it probably has a power issue, honestly. Yeah, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to... Nobody has to know. Alright, Disk Manipulator, you are no longer on the island of voting. And that is now... Yep, that's now getting the power drained. That's feeding into these bad boys, I hope. I pray it's feeding into them. It still seems to be going pretty slow. It's definitely on the struggle bus here, but... Oh, look, and now the solar panel is now getting an abundance of energy because the Stirling generator is doing a whole bunch. Alright, so let me go ahead, put some coal into there. Might as well. Oh, actually, solderers do have slots. And you have to use a solderer to get those slots. Very, very fun. Very nice. And that requires you to solder more stuff. Man, so soldering is the new quartz knife. It's the new whatever. I hated processors. I hate processors with a passion, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh! Wait, is there really cool stuff you can do with solar? Interesting. So you can make upgrades. What an odd... What? Okay. My brain is now slightly no longer working. Alright, cool. Well, I guess we could theoretically up this, but we've been down this road before. It was a dark and sad road, and I don't even want to know what that is. Looking at that hurts my brain. So we'll just look at this one. Solar panel. Oh, wow, you get 2 of them. That's kind of crazy. You get 2? Oh, but they require dragon eggs. Okay. And dragon's breath. I guess 512 is actually a fairly respectable amount. It doesn't look that bad. Oh, just kidding. It's terrible. Never mind. No. I want nothing to do with that. I want absolutely nothing to do with it ever. And... Oh. Did I take out more than I needed? I might have. As a matter of fact, I am positive I did. Alright, here. Alright, so that should be everything that we need. We have the improved processors. This is kind of plugging along. It's got a little bit more to go. So we should be actually ending it on a good note. Lava chicken pump into that. Yeah, we could. But we're not gonna do the speed upgrade just yet for the solderer. Although I think because there are upgrades for them, we probably will just stay with one solderer, and I'm just gonna kit that out with like a ridiculous number of upgrades at some point. But I just want this dadgum thing to be made. All right, I just want to do that. There is one other question though that does exist, which is I think we need a reader, right? We're gonna need something. We're gonna need something to see what's in our system. That used to be those interfaces. Interface. Is there a crafting interface? That doesn't look right. No? Maybe you can just interact with it. I don't think that's what would happen. Whatever. We're just gonna try, and we're gonna see what happens. All right, so 4K. I don't have redstone. I have redstone, but it's over here. I'm gonna need more redstone though, probably. So let's go ahead and take a whole heck load of these. There we got 4Ks, 16Ks, and then of course one glorious 64, and then we're gonna slap these two things together, and now we have a disc, and I'm going to insert that disc into here. If I can click on it, there we go. And we now have 64K storage in here, and it actually looks cooler. Look, the disc is actually kind of popping out. That's kind of nice. It's kind of cool. All right. So we clearly do need something to interact with it. Okay, so we're gonna need. Maybe it's this thing. Does it always have to be this bulky though? Can we do anything with it? No. All right, so holy dang! All right. Just when you thought you had made it, just when you thought you were in the clear, and the game just drops this on you. All right. I'm assuming that means we're gonna need 4 of them. Yeah, we're gonna need more printed silicon stuff. Dadgummit, so close yet so far. All right. Let's go over here. Actually, let me see what we really need. So we need 1 basic processor for that. We need 2 improved processors. And then, okay, so we need 2 basic processors, 2 improved processors. I'm going to need to smelt down 2 more gold. That's going to be a thing. We actually have the 2 basic processors already here. I'm going to need 4 of you. And I believe... Actually, I think that's it. I think we're good. Alright, so we are now going to try to put this into the solderer. Hopefully it will go well. I think it's like that, right? Yeah. And then we're going to go ahead, do this same exact thing. Thankfully, it knows which slots they go into. That is nice. I do like the fact that they know where to go. That is kind of handy. Quartz enriched iron. Might as well make this right now. And I don't have quartz. I do need 1 thing of quartz in order for us to make one of those weird processors. And I just picked up a whole lot of iron. That's okay. Alright. Let's zip on back. And we got 2 improved processors, 2 basic processors. And now I am going to pray that I am not going to fleep this up. Alright. So let's go ahead, do 1 of you, 1 of you, and then make a grid. Alright, does... Oh, it works! Oh, bless you. Bless you. So crafting grid is what I want. I need an advanced processor, which is going to just require me to have printed silicon. I can get 1. I can do that. I can do that. I can just do 1. Once we have this, we have a storage. Herp derp. Okay. Silicon. Okay. Apparently I just have a whole lot of silicon there. 1 printed silicon. This is all we need, I think. Right? Advanced process. Yeah, we just need this 1 last bit, and then we're gonna have ourselves a crafting grid again. So we're effectively going to have an ME system. Granted, it's 1 slot, but we're gonna have an ME system to really work with here, which is nice. I don't know why I opened that, because that was not what I meant to do. I need to make an advanced processor, so I need to stop being an idiot. So let's put 1 of those in there. Printed silicon on the bottom. That's gonna make an advanced processor, and then that should be the start. That should be the start, and then I need to actually break the crafting grid. So let me go ahead and break you up, and before it just snapped and lost it forever. A crafting grid. I'm also gonna need to make a crafting bench, which I can absolutely arrange that. Boop-a-doop-doop. All right, And then advanced processor, I'm going to go ahead and now make a crafting grid. All right, ladies and gents, there we go. We can now craft. So we now have an ME system, and just for the heck of showing it off, let's just start. Oh gosh, look at that. It's glorious. It's right. It just feels good, man. It feels good. It feels good to have this back in my life. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy. I am darn happy. So what we're going to probably end up doing is we're going to go ahead, call it a day there. I'm going to finish off making all 8, I think, 64K storage ones, because now that we know how to do it, it's actually not that bad. I may end up... No, I don't think... Never mind. Okay, yeah. So we'll be back. I may end up doing upgrades for the solderer. If that does happen, let's just kind of look over what it requires, just so we are all on the same page here. But, so if we do the speed upgrade... Oh, it's going to require sugar, though. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. I may not make all the storage things before next time, but that's what we're going to be aiming for. Actually, tell you what. Next episode... I'm not 100% sure. There's a couple directions we may take this. I'm going to have a chat with Stream here. Stream, bear this in mind, because I'm going to be asking you what you want to do. Do we want to do... Do we want to do the Z Slicer thing? Which is, for those of you who don't remember that, that's an Ender IO. It's a different part of the mod pack. But Ender IO, that's going to require us to... Well, actually, we have Zombie Head, so I guess it's not going to really require anything from there. But we can go into that... Get ourselves the farming station for Ender IO and set up some mystical agricultural farms, which I think would be perfectly fine. So that's option number 1. We may also go into Tinker's Construct, option number 2. Option number 3 is kind of risky, and honestly, I'm not too sure how I feel about it right away. But we could also go down the big reactor path. So we have 3 potential options. I'm not sure which one we're going to go after. We have so much to do with Sky Factory, but we have quite a few things that we can potentially do. So that is kind of what we're going at. So we're going to have a discussion right now. But we will see you guys next time. So hopefully you all have a wonderful, safe day. If you enjoyed the episode, consider leaving a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll see you guys next time. So take care, everybody, and ciao for now.